How you doing, y'all? This is Rodney here, coming at you live. Just going to jump right into it today. I had lots of friends call me up, and lots of my respectful critics call me up, wanting to know what I think about the the North Korean missile test today. And I had a friend of mine. He's a real respectful guy, but also real critical of my whole world peace thing. He's like, all right, man, like, if you want world peace, how you going to convince North Korea to be a part of the whole world peace movement, huh? How you going to do that? And it got me thinking, I'm like, dang, that's a good question, man. That's something I can really think on and hopefully learn from. And it made me sort of go back to just like my whole life and my whole past history, my philosophies. And I'm thinking like, gosh, it brought me back to like my basic thing, which is like, I started thinking about my childhood, man, and I started thinking about, like, man, about being like a white dude in the United States of America, growing up with some money, and I wasn't super rich or nothing, and my parents weren't like, super nice to me or anything, but like, I had like a real solid childhood, and I was thinking about like my Thanksgivings for some reason. I was thinking about how like every single Thanksgiving, every year I had like different types of gravy, like cranberry sauce, like ginger ale, Coca-Cola, beer, wine, like cornbreads, different types of stuffing, like just this totally like abundant meal every single year. And I got like my family there, like my extended family, like this huge thing of food, like just like, I don't know, like I started thinking about that because I was thinking like, man, like not everybody gets that. And I bet like all those North Korean people, man, like, heck, like, I wonder what like the most contented moment they got for themselves is. Anyways, I'm getting off track, but I was thinking like, going back to my basic philosophy of like, what's my greatest wish for every single human on the planet? And I'm like, that my greatest wish for everyone is that they die with a sense of fulfillment and a sense of honor, like they lived the best life, did the best they could for their life. Now that means that if I want that to come true for people, then how does that come about? Well, the first thing and most important in my view is that they don't get killed by another human. Of course they can get in a car accident or a natural disaster or something and die real sudden. But for the most part, like I hope that most people have a moment when they're going to die to just settle down and think about, whoa, what did I just experience? Like I hope that people get that moment. Maybe you might disagree, but that's totally cool. But I think it's something to be valued. Is that moment before death where you get to reflect, and I think it's valuable because as I got the privilege of knowing that I got the opportunity to live my life to the fullest and have that contentment, and not everyone knows that. So that's where I'm coming from with this whole world peace movement thing. It's like everybody deserves a chance to have that, but that also means that they want to have to live however they gonna live, and this is bringing up all sorts of different philosophical things, and I'm sorry to get so far out there just jumping in when it's a very specific thing that happened, and that I know a lot of you say that I tend to ramble and stuff, but that's who I am, man, and this is my process of learning, so forgive me for my ramblings, but what was the other thing I wanted to bring up? Oh fuck, man, excuse my language. Gosh dang, I'm so out of track. I knew that. Yeah, so my whole thing was like, he was like, well, how you gonna fix the North Korea thing? And I'm like, this is how I would, if I was president of the United States, this is how I would start with the North Korea problem, is like, we gotta start negotiating, at least just acknowledge, and the same goes for ISIS, like we have this whole thing, like we ain't even gonna talk to you if you don't, we don't agree with you. Like we ain't even gonna negotiate with terrorists. Like, I'm not saying that we should like negotiate like, okay, we're going to give you like this much money for you guys to stop. No, it's like, we just got to start talking to them, Like if you've been watching my past stuff, like that how I feel about our strategy of going after terrorists. Thinking like, kill, like that's not working. It's not working. It doesn't seem like it's going to work. And it seems to me like if we spend the next 50 years just trying to kill a terrorist, it just ain't going to work. I mean, maybe it will. Maybe I'm wrong. And chances are that's what's going to happen is we're going to go after that same strategy. So I guess time will tell. But I'm here thinking like, man, I think there's a better strategy out there. And I think that's just talking, communication. Like, yo, guys, we know you're there, all right? And we got some disagreements, but here's the deal. We want to make this public announcement to say that we don't want to kill all of you. Because the truth is that we could. North Korea, if you send a bomb at the wrong place, we could send bombs at your whole country and destroy every single person inside of your whole country. But I don't want that to happen. We got to come at them with some love, being like, listen, guys, we're here for you. You don't got to be so isolated. And I know we got some different ways of doing things, but we want to have a discourse where things don't get out of control, And I think that's the direction we got to start moving in. And I think we're actually moving in the opposite direction, which is interesting. But it's just like there's things that you can learn from doing things a completely opposite way that you normally do. And that sounds ridiculous or whatever, but like I was talking to this guy the other day. He's a real smart guy because I just moved out to California, y'all. I moved out to California, and crazy. That's a whole nother story. But I grew up real conservative, all right, and I still consider myself to be more conservative than liberal. But out here in California, they are liberal people. And, I had some apprehension before, like, I was hesitant to, engage with a lot of them. But, heck, there are some real smart liberal people, man. And I met this guy who just freaking educated the heck out of me. He was a real smart guy. And he said this thing to me that was so smart, I thought. He said, one of the greatest afflictions of mankind is that man thinks that whatever's best for him is best for everybody else. And I was like, dang, that applies so much to how I feel like the United States is messing up. Because it was like, man, we got such awesome stuff. Of course, the United States is awesome, like all the things we got. But then, that ain't necessarily like the best thing for everyone else out there in the world. You know what I mean? Like we gotta take a step back and be like, okay, maybe our way of doing things isn't the best for everyone else, And so with that in mind, I was like, gosh, like that's so applicable to how we should just start the discourse with the terrorists and the North Koreans and being like, guys, like, all right, you got your different way of doing things. We respect it. And we don't want to kill y'all. We don't want y'all to kill us. That's how I think the first step should go towards North Korea coming into the world peace. Just to answer that question. But then, I started thinking maybe I should apply that to my own beliefs, that thing. Like, okay, like if the thing I want most is world peace, then maybe that's not the best thing for everyone else. Like what if people, like the human race to evolve needs to just keep killing each other, and it's going to go up in a big like nuclear apocalypse or something. And then there'll be like a couple million survivors. And those are the ones that are like, okay guys, like we got a chance to rebuild things here. Totally new civilization. Rule number 1, world peace. You know what I mean? So like, maybe it's too selfish or narcissistic to think that like my viewpoint is what everyone in the world needs. Maybe that's the exact affliction he was talking about. It probably is, off base with the things I say. I'm definitely, this is a process of education for me. But like, I really do believe in that I can't change my mind for whatever reason. That I think world peace is like the greatest achievement that humans could do. I just can't get that past me, but I'm open to like getting my mind changed. Of course, like moving out to California is changing my mind about all sorts of stuff, man. And I encourage y'all to like look at the way that you're like viewing the people that you have disagreements with. Like they might just have one idea that's different than you, and you hear them say that one thing, and all of a sudden you think like, oh, I hate that person. Like that person, you all of a sudden think that like that person doesn't deserve the kind of honor and respect that you want for your life, just because that one idea. Like you gotta look in the mirror, man, and just like have a negotiation with yourself. Like you don't know everything, you know. Anyways, I've been a little sick lately, and I'm a little out there, so forgive me for my ramblings. And I'm not super coherent today with the structure of my thinking or anything. But I appreciate y'all tuning in and listening, and I hope it's fun for y'all hearing what I got to say, and I hope I get to make you think a little bit about things. And yeah, man, I'll be checking in with some more concrete stuff sooner than later here, because I do tend to get pretty out there. But I've been trying. People are telling me, man, you got to just start talking more facts, more references to news sources and things. So I've been getting much more into the news sources on real far right, like alt-right stuff, and then trying to find the most liberal stuff I can, and all the stuff in the center, all the big news sources, and then like international news sources and blah. I'm trying to just take it all in, and shoot it out through prism of love, which is this face right here, man. Anyway, so I'll be coming at you again real soon, and yeah, that's what I got for you today, y'all. Much love. Peace out. This is Rodney.